Welcome back, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back, IWC. And welcome back to Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel, here for Chaos Corner. It's me. It's me. It's the Midnight Rider GOC. And if you've been following along here on the channel, which is a story within a story, the Guardian of Chaos Big Daddy is in appeal currently with YouTube. And this is for you, YouTube. And no offense, man. And you still owe us money. Over a G-Note, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, that's another story for another time. But we are here for a live-to-tape watch-along with the Midnight Chaos Rider. Everybody has a Midnight Rider. All of you out there, everybody that's watching, subscribers, non-subscribers, we all have our own Midnight Rider. And if you know your history and have done your due diligence, and even though I've explained this before, it's for principle with what's going on here on the channel. As YouTube continues to step on my throat, our throat, if you will, and that includes you guys that watch. So I'll be sitting in for the Guardian of Chaos. You've never seen both people in the same place at the same time, have you? So who do you know is here? Am I going to come for your soul? The soul of the Midnight Rider is coming for YouTube's soul. So sit back and relax. Enjoy the channel. There's plenty of content coming out. Over 5,000 videos. Look at the playlist. Go over to the post section. I post for every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, all of SmackDown, Monday Night Raw, Dynamite, and even a Collision on occasion. Follow us over on Twitter, a.k.a. X, at Big Daddy GOC. And the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos, and we're there daily. And we post everything from wrestling history to what's going on locally at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. All those channels and grapplers and athletes and talent that we support, because it's about putting other people over. It's not about you. Always remember that. And this is our way of giving back on this channel. Well over 1 million total views. I can't thank my moderators enough. My brother from another mother, Austin Nance, and of course the OTS Tribal Queen. Grab a snack. Grab a beverage. As we sit here for a live-to-tape watch-along 25 feet below the surface of the earth. We're going to flash back to the very last WCW Monday Night Nitro. Or just Nitro, if you will. That was simulcast on TNT, maybe even TNN. I don't know. Definitely TBS. It was the Night of the Champions. Spring Breakout, March 2001. So next month, it'll be the 24-year anniversary, 25-year anniversary. I don't know. I failed on credit math twice in college, and I had to take math like 3 semesters. Sometimes I have the brain of a dehydrated baby. One man, unique, unedited, unscripted, raw dog for you, the fans. I've got to run to keep from hiding. You get it, right? They're not gonna let them catch me, no. I'm not gonna let them catch the Midnight Rider. With that being said, Tony Schiavone and Scott Hudson are in the booth on this simulcast. Again, March 2001, Panama City, Florida, the Night of Champions. And we open up the live-to-tape watch-along with Vince McMahon himself in front of a Raw is War sign. And it was obviously a pre-taped segment. Hello, McFly, is anybody home? Vince in Raw is War was in Cleveland, Ohio. And that's where that tape came from. But that's how we start off on this historic night in the world of pro wrestling. And we're going to watch as much as we can of it here right now. Again, live to tape. Leave a comment. Drop an elbow on that like button. Share. Get us in the algorithm. And YouTube, once again, I'm not hard to find. Little change. Remember, this channel, it's not a podcast, it's a fucking show. A story within the story here on the channel. Shout out to my boys down at Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. That's right. Corey and Jacob. Doesn't get much better than that. The Duke boys. All right, here we go. I just wanted to give you the what we're going to watch. This is from the Vault of Chaos Chronicles. If you can find this yourself, you can tape it and we can watch it together. It's up to you. We're going to watch it together right now. But I wanted to give you the ins and outs of what we were going to do here. And of course, the Midnight Chaos Rider is back. And this is going to continue in protest to what YouTube has done to this channel. No response, no nothing, no reasoning, nothing. And I get the feeling this is what happens. Maybe I should get Doge to come into here. Let me not get too crazy. Remember, we're starting off on this historic night. The last WCW Nitro. Bear with me, I got the op board here. It's from the 80s with the bells and whistles and knobs and ding-ping meters. TV, VCR setup. You guys get that right, DVD. Stand by. We're only 7 minutes in. Let's have some fun with this. Yes, you got to take a look at La Lucha Libre. Here we go. Alexa, off.
I have the opportunity to address you.
Stand by, fans. Stand by. You got to look at the Chaos Rider's head for a minute.
What is the fate?
Okay? Then we're going to get this going. We're starting off with Vince. Remember, historic night if you're just joining us. The last WCW Nitro.
Tonight on TNT, I have the opportunity to address you, the WCW fans. I have an opportunity to address...
Stand by. Don't go anywhere. We're trying to get this on the right track. Okay, here we go.
Tonight on TNT, I have the opportunity to address you, the WCW fans. I have an opportunity to address you, the WCW superstars. What is the fate of WCW? Well, tonight, in a special simulcast, you'll all find out. Because the fate, the very fate of WCW is in my hands.
You heard him. It's in my hands, Vince McMahon. Here we go. We don't want any copyright, so I'm going to do a little voiceover here. When we have to go up to ringside and you want to hear promos and interviews, I will stop the seat. Okay? Remember, March 2001. Next month, it'll be, I think, 24 or 25 years ago that this happened. To put it in perspective, here on the Time Machine, again, much love and respect. Stay mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually fit. Because if he's for us, no one could be against us. And none of this would be possible without our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Just to throw it out there because you guys know that's a part of this channel. And if you don't like it, you can change the channel. But this is going to be a heck of a watch-along. Let's see how long we can go here, because you never know what's going to be said. You never know how we're going to go down. You never know when we're going to go off the air. It's emotional investment, ring psychology, storytelling, psychology in general. Panama City Beach, Florida, live, outdoors. Remember that. We already heard from Vince at the beginning. This was the beginning of the end for the next almost damn near 2 decades. The Night of Champions. 5 titles on the line. So we're going to be here. Shivani, Scott Hudson, outdoors, as I said. Now, I don't know if I'll do this in segments, match by match, or we're going to do a full hour, hour and a half here and do the entire show. This is history. That's why you're better off when you walk in here than when you walk the fuck out. So you can hold a conversation at the next venue, the next party, family gathering, sporting event, bar, pub, restaurant, wherever it is that you go and hang out at. Not gonna let him catch me, no. The Midnight Chaos Rider. This is for principle. The story within the story here on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel for Chaos Corner, in protest of YouTube for shutting this channel down for monetization, meaning commercials and memberships and commercial advertisement. That's the truth. I'm going to give you the truth on here. I'll say that to say this because I tell it like it is. Here we go. And again, I'm going to do some voiceovers and I'm going to do some commentary as well because you know that this is copyrighted music, some of it. This is strictly for the show. And here comes the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, to open up the last WCW Nitro before Vince bought it out. So this is history. And this is what you guys are watching here on the channel. Take out your notebooks. I'm going to be taking attendance. I want to see who's paying attention. I present these things here as a teaching lesson for you guys and gals. Because remember, almost 40% of this channel is women. For whatever reason, I don't know, man. So guys, if you're not here to make some sort of connection, friendships, listen, I'm not the dating game. I'm just telling you the facts. The analytics don't lie. Let's get this going. Let's get up to our 3,000 subscribers. And here we go. Ooh. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Remember, Time Machine, 2001.
Neither did he. Did I? Woo!
Woo! Everybody with me in the chat.
Happened to hear Vince McMahon say he was going to hold WCW in the palms of his hand.
No copyright here. No copyrights.
Is that what he said? Does that mean that you are going to hold Jack Briscoe, Dory Funk, Harley Race, the Road Warriors, Sting, Luger, the Steiners, Bagwell, Ric Flair, Steamboat? Does that mean you're going to hold us all in the palm of your hand?
Some legends right there.
To coin a phrase, I don't think so.
Listen to the crowd.
At 12 o'clock today, someone very special to me said, do not go on that show tonight knowing it's the last time that you'll ever be on TNT or TBS. Knowing it's the last time, she said to me, don't go out there and cry. Don't go out there and say you're sorry. Because I'm not. I've been 14 times the world champion. And
Flair said 14 times. We know what he is now, right?
you got it.
In his 70s, he ended up, what, being a 17-time world champion?
Wrestling organization in the world. WCW. I'm talking about the Stings, the Lugers.
WCW had been a little irrelevant at this point.
I'm talking about.
It was after the Monday Night Wars, which was one of the best times in this business's history. I was in my mid-30s. I was in the business at that time. That's why you're here. My connection, my views and thoughts are facts. Because I was in the industry. I stepped inside the ring. I took the fucking bumps. It's a big difference. No disrespect to anybody else. Doesn't mean you don't know what you're talking about. But it's a whole different ballgame when you've been on the road, took the bumps, and stepped inside the ring.
You were trying to become an announcer. Your dad was on the board of directors and voted for me to be the world champion.
That was Vince McMahon Sr., and that's facts.
How about that? And ever since that day, I have been
taking off his jacket, shirt and tie.
check flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun, that along with the whole WCW, damn it all, have kissed the girls worldwide.
Woohoo!
Did you see? We were.
Flair was still had it here in 2001, man.
We were WCW. We lived. We
His last decade or so has kind of tarnished his image a little bit, but not for what he did in the ring.
Never been.
Can't take that away, man. What he accomplished in this business.
WWF
Can't.
versus WCW in the office. The boys that have gone out there night in and night out, doing everything they could to be the very best at what they chose to do in their life. Those boys are here tonight. We are. We're not going anywhere. You can't hold us in your hands and predict.
But he did.
We're WCW.
For the next 2 decades.
And we switch.
Now he's out. Persona non grata. AEW came in 2019. And WWE is back on top.
When were you there?
And for the longest time under Vince's reign, it was the only game in town. You could talk about TNA, Ring of Honor, whatever the fuck it is you want to talk about after that. ECW was gone, WCW was gone, AWA was gone, World Class, the territories, the Carolinas, Florida, whatever.
People's lives in your hands. We're the greatest wrestling company of all time. I want to say it again.
And say what you want today about the merger or sharing with TNA, WWE, whatever you want it is. It's still just the WWE. Let's be honest.
In this sport,
It brings it all back as I go back here 25 years ago.
has been Sting.
I was still in the business, active as a manager at this time as well.
And we're going on a high note. Stinger.
They had already gotten rid of the character, the gimmick, the storyline, the investment of the heel male manager, which is what I was.
Sting, my greatest.
The best in the fucking independent business, and I'm not shy about saying that. Humble, but not shy. I earned it. I don't deserve it.
Sting, 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 Sting. To be the man, you gotta be the man. And Sting, I'm the man.
Woo.
We have not seen Sting since November.
Good opening promo there by Flair. Not bad.
Challenging Sting to wrestle on the night of the champions here tonight on Monday Nitro Live.
Now, this was taped live, obviously, by yours truly. Up next, we'll see what happens here. So I might have to fast forward, rewind, get through these commercials because this was taped live. So stand by. We don't want any copyright, so stand by. Everybody stand by. Let me fast forward. Let's do this live to tape watch along. Thanks for being here. This is history on Chaos Corner, on Guardian of Chaos, the YouTube channel. And just know that I know, and you know that I know, that you're watching, which is a good thing. Let's get this channel back on track so Chaos can come back and we can start kicking YouTube in the ass. How about that? Here we go. And here comes Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. That's right, I am the old man brand, the over 60 demo guy. You fucking see it, right? Recognize. In order to get respect, you have to start with respecting yourself. Once you do that, you open other people's minds to respecting you. Because there's 3 types of people in this world. Those who don't know what happened, those who wonder what happened, and people like the Midnight Chaos Rider. The GSC's backup that make things happen. Let's kick back now. He's in the ring. Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner. And here comes five-time current trainer on the LFG show on A&E on Sunday nights. And if you're an independent pro wrestler or just a talent in general or a fan who thinks he's smart, if you're not watching that show, whether it's on TV, whatever you think it is, then you got your head up your ass. I don't know what to tell you. You want to learn about the business? That's what you should be watching and what goes into the background of it. And now here comes Booker T, who's one of the trainers. A close personal friend to the brothers of Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. He did appear for us on Dieselmania 2, which was at one time our Super Bowl at Paradise Alley with the Paradise 4. Paul Roma, Mario Mancini, Paul Perez, and Big Steve Tracy. Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling on all social media platforms. You want credibility, you want a training facility that runs its own show and its own promotion, you come down to Paradise Alley Pro Wrestling. I don't have to say anything else after that. It's Booker T. It's Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. That's right, Braun Breaker's uncle. Here we go, Schiavone and Hudson at ringside. We're going to listen in the very last Nitro. 2001, March 2001. Right here on Chaos Corner. Here we go. Now Steiner's got some little chickadee with him at ringside. I don't know who it is, man. Schiavone was tolerable back here. Now in AEW 2025, unlistenable. Step aside, man. Go backstage and do interviews. Keep it at that. Give somebody else a chance, old man. No disrespect, man. Lighten up, kayfabe.
The U.S. Heavyweight Champion is the #1 contender, but how long has it been since that champion has faced the world champion, which by right he should do every night? It hasn't happened.
Steiner in the red trunks, Booker T in the black trunks.
In these two men's
Big Papa Pump.
these guys is walking out with 2 counts, one's walking home empty-handed. Back elbow from Booker T, the cover.
I'm going to let you listen to the commentary. They can't do any copyrights here. It's not music. It's nothing that's copyrighted video-wise. We're good. So YouTube, how about that? I apologize. It's principle. Booker T on the top rope, laying in the fist to Big Papa Pump. And Pump walks out. Power bomb. Only a 2 count.
Booker T using all the power of the lower body, the legs, the quadriceps, pushing out that time, and now
Mestasia? What the heck was her name? The girl? She just slapped the taste out of Booker T's mouth. Oh, and Steiner misses with that lead pipe. They're outside the ring now. It's spilled out. Panama City is jammed for a nice outdoor venue. The Monday Night Wars, and right here near the end, it was decent for competition. Remember, there was nobody else in town. ECW was closing, going over to the WWE. AEW was just about gone. AWA. Freudian slip there by the Chaos Rider. Yeah, well, I get it, man. Calm down. Sometimes we have a live audience, depending on who wants to be here to see it. Big belly-to-belly suplex by Scott Steiner. Now, 2 incredible wrestlers, let's be honest. Steiner was the genetic freak. Booker T was one of the best grapplers, and especially as tag team with Harlem Heat. I mean, let's just face it. Longevity, still around today. Say what you want about Steiner's physique, steroids or not. I get it. I understand it. But 2 unbelievable athletes. And if you look back, and this is just 25 years ago, forget about going back to 35 years ago, even 40 years ago, the athletes, everyone wants to say they're bigger, faster, stronger now. I disagree. More athletic, I'll agree with that. Far side. And that big clubbing forearm by Steiner. Drop kick by Booker T out of nowhere. Again, remember, this is the last WCW Nitro simulcast. Vince McMahon opened up the program here 25 minutes ago. I hope you guys appreciate this. This is a much-needed distraction for yours truly. A stress reliever. Oh, beautiful axe kick by Booker T on Big Papa Pump. We certainly could use a distraction in these times for the stress reliever. Big face first bump. Spinneroonie by Booker T, baby. Spinneroonie. This is for the U.S. Championship. Big roundhouse back kick by Booker T. The crowd is in a frenzy. Listen to the pop, man. Oh, beautiful reverse suplex into a bridge by Big Papa. Only a 2 count. Nick Patrick, referee. The great Nick Patrick. Setting up Booker T. Going for a pile driver. Power bomb. No, reversal. Goozle. Choke slam by Booker. There it is. Choke slam. He goozled him and choke slam him into a power slam. Booker T, man. He is the new WCW United States Champion, and we don't want any copyrights, but there he is, Booker T. A simple maneuver, a fast match. You see how it was even 25 years ago. Now, WCW was burning out by then. We know it. But Booker, now, unbelievable, a pretty solid bout, a fast bout, but a simple. Goozle, pick him up into a slam, choke slam, basically. And the vertical, the pin. 1, 2, 3. Steiner is persona non grata. Pretty impressive as we go through the replay here on Chaos Corner with the Midnight Chaos Rider. Again, we don't want to, we don't want any copyrights from Booker's theme. U.S. Champion, Booker T. And there he is. He's holding up 2 belts now. Were they the tag team champions at this time with Harlem Heat? Why has he got 2 belts? He just won the U.S. title. Could someone tell me there? It's only 25 years ago. You'd think I would remember this. And here we go with commercial. So stand by. Bear with me. We are on VHS. I want you guys to remember that. We're here on VHS. I have to do this manually. There's no remote controls. There's none of that here. We're going old school. I taped this in live time when it was on TV. So, hence live to tape. You guys get it, right? Am I too close? Am I scaring the rats off cheesecake? Making onions cry? You recognize the mask, I hope. Let's go back to Vince McMahon.
To be some, redneck beer joint down at, we're someplace in the panhandle of Florida. Now, how appropriate is that?
He's on the phone talking to somebody. Some redneck place, he said, down in the panhandle, if you could hear it. And again, they're going through Booker T and Scott Steiner. Let's see what's happening. Don't go anywhere. We're only 28 minutes in. Booker T is still in the ring. Guys, let me see what I could do about this. Here we go. A nice venue outside. I will say that there in Panama. Now we're going to a tag match. Let's see what's going on. We might fast forward through some of these matches to get to the crux, the meat of the program. So, again, Konnichiwa, bitches, arigato from the Chaos-san. Looks like, who do we have here? We're going to wait till they get in the ring, guys. Don't go anywhere, because some of this is, even back then, we know was a lot of garbage. You guys can understand where I'm coming from, right? Let's see. The Filthy Animals are here. It's Billy Kidman as part of the Filthy Animals. Let me see who else is here. Again, this is the B lineup here, Panama City. It looks like it's...
They tore down the house in Jacksonville. It might happen again. They've got to get past 3 count the Dragons. It's a takeover now. Kidman comes in. Sitting him down with a Frankensteiner. 1, 2, no. Back leg front kick in the back of the neck of Shannon Moore. And here goes
Shannon Moore. Haven't heard that name in a while. It's Shannon Moore and Billy Kidman as the Filthy Animals against two grapplers, Jimmy Wang Yang, I believe. That's what some of the product was back then. And it's Rey Mysterio without the mask. Holy bejesus. You guys do remember Rey Mysterio without the mask, the luchador. No me jodas, Marco, muévete, culo pendejo, de nada, man. What I say, lighten up, it was nothing, man. Me llamo, que hace gran papá, el guapo, el gallo de los huevos. Oh, Shannon Moore with a corkscrew off the top rope, off the top of the ring post. Kidman, high-flying match here, kind of like luchadors. All over the place here. A shooting star by Kidman outside of the ring. On top of Jimmy Yang Wang, Rey Mysterio. Part of the Filthy Animals. We're going to fast forward through this. We're 30 minutes in. But just to give you the talent. Jimmy Wang Yang, Rey Mysterio, Kidman, Shannon Moore. It's going to be Yang time. Corkscrew. He hits it on Mysterio. Kidman breaks it up. Mysterio with no mask. You guys remember that, right? It wasn't that long ago. My demographic here is usually most people over 35, 25. All the way up into the middle 60s. Great demographic here on the channel. All right, let me fast forward through this match. Let's get to the crux here on Chaos Corner with the Midnight Chaos Rider. Remember, we are March 2001. That's where we are right now. Clash of the Champions. Not really Clash of the Champions. Night of the Champions. McMahon took over. That's what we're watching right now. And of course, you know, the Filthy Animals won. Mysterio, Kidman. You guys knew that. Let's fast forward here again. Bear with me in the technical difficulties. We're dealing with the 80s here and the 90s. Well, this is definitely from the 80s. I don't think they even make this stuff anymore. Or this kind of equipment. How's everybody doing out there? Let me know here. We're only 32 minutes in. We'll probably go at least an hour. This is a historic night. McMahon. And the last night of WCW simulcast. And here comes Chavo Guerrero Jr. here. Let's see who his opponents is. And again, if we need to get to, as I said, the meat, because we have the meat here on Chaos Corner, then we will fast forward through some of these matches. I at least want to give you the results. I want to tell you who the talent is. This is history. That's why you're here. It's not really story time. It's live to tape watch along, a little fun. I hope you're having a beverage, a snack, as I said. We might do this in 2 parts. We might not. We may just do it, cut off the air, and never cover it again. Who knows what's going to happen here on the channel? The Sugar Babies. And is this Sugar Shane Helms? I thought we just saw him in a match. Okay, we're gonna fast forward through this. Eddie Guerrero and again, respect to the talent, anyone that's ever stepped inside a fucking ring. And I apologize for the cussing. Some of it's just not for me, but look here. This is what I will say about back then. They had weight classes, cruiserweights, so the smaller guys can shine instead of having just one open weight class in all divisions and having 15 different titles where it doesn't mean anything. So I hope somebody's listening. Let me know what you think about having weight classes brought back into professional wrestling. And we know that with the women's wrestling of today's day and age, great athletes, they've come a long way, but they got to have everything that the men have. It's all got to be the same. It's becoming too much. Then have a women's only 2-hour show. That's what you should do. Feature just the women's talent. It doesn't have to be equal 50-50 just to push the product and push an agenda or some sort of whatever requirement or quota you have to make. I mean, to me, it's pretty simple. That's what you should do. You should never do a Slim Jim, Macho Man Randy Savage. That's what I think should be done. Bring back weight classes for the smaller guys to shine, like a 205 used to be, or the cruiserweights in WCW, or even what they did in TNA in the middle 2000. Use your head. Bring the fans back that way. Emphasize more of the tag team division. You could still have the men and women on the same show, but get the women their own show. You have a deep enough roster. Or keep it to where it doesn't have to be 50-50. You're cutting out some legitimate talent. That's just my opinion. You have the ID program now. You have what's going on with LFG. You already have NXT, Raw, SmackDown. There's more than enough. Listen to me with my over 30 years in this business and my 40-year journey. 50 plus years as a fan. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm not always right, but I'm very rarely wrong. And here's Booker T. He's got 2 belts. Let's see what Booker has to say.
The U.S. champion all in the same night, closing WCW. I would like to say this may be the end of a chapter, but let me tell you, there are many, many more pages left in this book.
Wait, is Booker T the World Heavyweight Champion and the United States Champion at the same time on the last night of WCW? Stand by. I have to redo this. This is history. I have to do this. Stand by. I want to see what Booker T, he might be the world champion and the U.S. champion on the last night. Take down your notebooks. Another useless tidbit of information. Here we go. Let's listen. That is history. How many of you knew that without researching it?
Let's go backstage and hear from the new world heavyweight champion himself.
I've got a lot of mixed emotions going through me right now, but now being the World Heavyweight Champion, the U.S. Champion, all in the same night, closing WCW, I would like to say this
Yes!
is the end of a chapter. But let me tell you, there are many, many more pages left in this book. So let me tell you this, from this point on, I will prove that I am the best this business has to offer. And if anybody want to test me, step to me like a man. But I tell you this, I will prove that I'm the best to each and every sucker. And like I always say, like I say each and every time, don't hate the player.
Hate the game. Can you dig that, sucker? History. Booker T was the world champion and the U.S. champion all in one night at Night of Champions in March 2001, the last Nitro. And here comes Lance Storm. Tag team matchup. Lance Storm and the Canadian Killer. That's 70s guys who digs fat chicks. Mike Awesome. Do you remember Lance Storm and Mike Awesome as a tag team? Should we stay here? Should we watch this? I guess we will. The late great Mike Awesome and Lance Storm, very underrated, including when he was in ECW. 2 amazing athletes and grapplers and talent and workers. Let's listen to Lance Storm.
Last week, we started our road to the tag team titles. Well, that road ends tonight. All rise for the new tag team champions and our Canadian national anthem.
Lance Storm and Mike Awesome.
Please.
Remember, this was the last Nitro. That's where we are if you're just coming in right now. And they're playing the Canadian national anthem. Now, I don't think Mike Awesome was from Canada, was he? I guess he was. And look at them, clean shaved, both men in great shape, both looking fantastic. We're going to fast forward through the commercials here. This is, again, you're watching this when I tape it from a tape that was in real time. Let that sink in. If that even fucking matters, I'm just saying. And again, I apologize for the cussing. I'm really working on that. I've been told I need to work on that, so I'm working on that. It's the right thing to do, but it's just emphasis sometimes. And Again, I try to repent as much as possible. Wait. Here's Vince on the casting couch being interrupted by Michael Cole. Vince and Trish Stratus on the casting couch. This is what he was doing in 2001, living out his fantasies and what's going on in real life. I'm not judging anybody. I'm no one to judge anybody, but this is what we're seeing here. Let's go back and catch this from the beginning. Stand by. Vince and Trish on the casting couch. Let's go back. Stand by, fans. Let's listen to this. Stand by. Trish is unbuttoning Vince's shirt.
You interrupt me at a time like this?
I'm sorry, sir, but I just wanted to get your reaction. Quite frankly, many people, WCW fans, are concerned that they may never see their brand of sports entertainment again, and WCW wrestlers are concerned that they may never compete again.
Is that right? How do you feel about your job security? Get the hell out of here.
It went on for another 25 years with Michael Cole. Back to Vince on the couch with Trish. Black top, cleavage, red skirt, both drinking a glass of wine.
Toast to that.
Oh, toast to that, Vince said. Oh, listen, I'm just presenting the facts as they were here on the story.
How do we all feel?
I feel like I want to smoke a cigarette or take a shower. Not gonna let them catch me, no. Not gonna let them catch the midnight chaos ride. Remember, the story within the story here on the channel. Let's see what's coming up next. We don't want any copyrights. We don't want anybody to screw with the algorithm. I believe it's the late, great Sean O'Hare, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see what happens. Chuck Palumbo and Sean O'Hare. I believe that's the tag team. Even here in the early 2000s, at the turn of the century, 2001, right before 9/11, they concentrated on tag team divisions. Think of the time frame we're in. It's O'Hare and Palumbo against Storm and Awesome. March 2001. Before the whole world would change after 9/11. Just want you guys to get that connection of where we are. The last Nitro. Vince taking over. Simulcast on several stations. Palumbo was in great shape. O'Hare was in great shape. Storm, awesome. 3 out of the 4 are big men. Leapfrog by Palumbo. Flying body press by Storm. Palumbo catches him. Reversal slam. Big right to the jib. Super kick by Lance Storm out of nowhere. Here comes Awesome. Mike Awesome was a big guy, but could he fly? Speaking of flying, inside out from the top rope. Awesome. Last Monday Night Nitro. WCW 2001. Before the takeover. At the takeover. Let me sit back and relax. I already had a Red Bull. Sugar-free. Sugar-free. Look at the ability and agility on Mike Awesome. Go back and watch this out. I'm sure it's on YouTube if you don't have the original like I do. I don't think it'll be on the network. On the clock, if you will. But I'm sure it's on YouTube. The last Nitro. March 2001. Booker T at the time, the world champion and the United States champion. Storm was underrated. Yeah, he had that stoic personality, but he could talk. He gave an okay promo. Certainly was in good shape and technically sound. Here comes O'Hare. What a beast. What an athlete he was, man. I said athlete. I didn't say worker. You noticed that. Storm breaks up the pin. O'Hare was going to pin Awesome. Palumbo's in the ring. All 4 men are in the ring. It's breaking down. It's a slobber knocker. It's a stem winder. Oh, O'Hare with a botch there. Misses with the clothesline. Awesome with a clothesline. Super kick by Storm on Palumbo. Double team effort here right now by the Canadians. Palumbo, far side. Misses with the double clothesline. O'Hare pulls Storm out. It's Awesome and Palumbo in the ring. Here it is. Awesome. The Awesome Bomb. No, reversal. Misses with the clothesline. Super kick by Palumbo. Top rope. O'Hare. Swanton by O'Hare off the top rope on Awesome. Here's the cover. Hooks the leg. And there it is. Sean O'Hare pins Mike Awesome. Now, I don't agree with this at the time. O'Hare and Palumbo, I don't care what you were doing on Nitro, the last Nitro WCW. Two great athletes, but Awesome and Storm, in my opinion. This was a different time, 25 years ago. I think we're the better tag team. So we see the results there. Let's fast forward here. You know where it's Vince.
I have the ability to address
Stand by.
WCW stars as to what this means to them. And yes, I have the ability to address WCW fans as to what this actually means to them as well. Tonight, at the right time, there'll be a special simulcast. And let me just say that tonight, for sure, one man will make history. And that's me, Vince McMahon. Now, as far as the Jeff Jarrett's of the world are concerned, you know how Jeff spells his name? That's Jeff. Well, you know what? I would suspect that we'd spell it a different way after tonight. That would be capital G, double O, double N, double E.
Gone, old slap nuts. Now here we go. We jump right into Raw is War right now. That's what you're getting here on the Live to Tape Watch Along. March 2001, WCW Nitro. Their last broadcast being simulcast, and here we go with Raw is War. This was the end of the Monday Night Wars. This is history. Here we are. I'm going to sit back and relax. They're from Cleveland, Ohio. I believe this was taped. Nitro is in Panama, Florida. That was live, if I'm not mistaken. This is history. Raw is War. Let's sit back and hear the crowd. Signs everywhere. 25 years ago. I'm amped. I'm pumped. I'm psyched. The Midnight Chaos Rider. Let's listen in. No copyrights here. JR. Wow, that's loud. The simulcast. And that's when they had, if you remember, they're showing it right here, live to tape, over on TNN in Midtown Manhattan, the WWF Cafe. Unbelievable if you haven't been to the restaurant in WWF back in that time. I went a couple of times. The food sucked, but what a great time to be hanging out down there in Midtown Manhattan. New York wasn't as crazy as it is now, the garbage that it is. And here we go. We start off with the Olympic hero, Kurt Angle, on Raw is War. Remember, they were on TNN at this time. We're on TNN. It wasn't USA Network. It was TNN. So stand by because you suck. No offense. You suck. You suck. Kurt Angle, Olympic hero. Perk Angle, I'm the one to judge. You suck. You suck. We don't want any copyrights. This is for you, YouTube, for stepping on my throat. And you owe me money. Let's go up to Kurt Angle, 2001. Raw is War. I was still in the business at that time. Well, the GOC, that's me. Midnight Rider.
To the people backstage, to all of you here in the crowd tonight, to the people at home watching, you're all just up in arms, giddy in anticipation over the big news. And I have to admit, it's pretty damn shocking. And the big news that I'm referring to is, while there's less than 1 week remaining until WrestleMania, your Olympic hero still does not have an opponent. I know. I can't believe it either.
That's true.
I mean, what kind of world do we live in when the gobbler, whatever his name is, the gobbledygooker,
The gobbledygooker, perhaps the worst gimmick in history, or one of them?
and me,
Gobbledyes. How about that?
former European, Intercontinental, and
The
WWE champion cousin.
gobbledygooker.
I mean, it's a
Gobbledygooer.
disgrace, an absolute disgrace.
I'm probably going to do this in 2 parts, so don't go anywhere. This is part 1. I think I'm going to do this in 2 parts. We're 50 minutes in. We'll go an hour. Let's go back up to Kurt Angle, the Olympic hero.
I am still the best wrestler in the World Wrestling Federation. If not, the whole entire world.
Well, he's not telling lies. Tell me when he's telling lies.
And I am now and forever the only Olympic gold medalist in WWF history.
2001 here in the time machine.
And if this company is too preoccupied with other things than finding me an opponent for WrestleMania, then I have no other choice than to keep complaining and keep protesting until they finally do. For over 4 months, 4 months, people.
All right, there's more music, so I have to come back and do the voiceover, do the talkovers. We're 50 minutes in, 51 minutes in here on Chaos Corner, and here comes Chris Benoit. And again, I'm just going by what's being presented here, presenting the facts. All right, so don't come up in arms. We know he's a scumbag and he's a piece of goo, but who am I to judge? Let's listen to Benoit. This is going to be a 2-parter.
I've got some good news for you, and I've got some bad news for you. The good news is, I don't have an opponent at WrestleMania, just like you. And the bad news is, I don't have an opponent at WrestleMania, just like you. You know, listening to you complain and whine and moan reminds me of the fact that I've had to listen to you complain and whine and moan for over a week now. To be honest with you, Kurt, your voice, it annoys me.
The Rabid Wolverine and the Olympic hero. March 2001, live to tape here on Chaos Corner.
More is your claim to be the best wrestler in
The very
WWF.
last Monday Nitro as Vince McMahon takes over
You annoy me, but
WCW.
what annoys me more than anything, above
Let's
and
go back to
beyond
ringside.
everything, is the fact that I know if you give me just a little bit of your time, I can make you tap, tap, tap. Like the that you are. It's true.
Remember, this is on TNN. This wasn't on USA in 2001.
Sounds like Benoit's calling out Kurt Angle.
The Nashville Network. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.
Is that so? How dare you? Does Canada even have an Olympic team? I'll tell you what, Benoit. I'm tired of carrying you like I did last week. You want some bad news? I'll give you some bad news and some worse news. The bad news is, if what you said before was some sort of a challenge for a match at WrestleMania, I accept. The worst news is, there is no way in hell I'll ever tap out to that stupid crossface thing. Please!
What do you guys think of the promo? Not the piece of garbage that's in the ring that murdered his wife and his son. I'm not talking about that. Talking about what's going on in the ring. Focus.
Well, I'll tell you what. I could make you squeal in seconds.
Squeal!
And if you don't think so, prove me wrong. Now that sounds like a challenge to me.
Heyman in the booth. And here we go. Benoit, Angle, back and forth. In the middle of the ring, impromptu. JR and Paul Heyman on the commentary with the GOC. I mean, the Midnight Chaos Rider. Rolling around. He's got the crossface. Benoit's got the crossface on Angle. Angle's tapping. Angle's tapping. Angle's tapping. Here comes Edge and Christian. Edge and Christian in here to break it up. To stop on Benoit. Edge and Christian. Look where they are now, 25 years later, and AEW still going. Talk about legends. Talk about longevity. Who's your daddy, Christian and Cope? Rated R Super, whatever the fuck your name is. You know, we don't want any copyrights here. We don't. They're playing the music. They're playing Angle's music as Edge and Christian, both with the long, flowing blonde hair, escort Angle out and leave that piece of garbage laying in the ring. And here we go, back to McMahon.
No, can you believe
And
this?
Trish.
What else we can see? You got
He's on the phone.
Kurt Angle tapping out. You got Luger and Buff Bagwell on the screen. I mean, the Lex Express has run out of gas and Buff's been stuffed. I mean, that could happen tonight. You know, no, I want you and Triple H, you to simply take it easy on your vacation. Listen, if two people deserved it, you two definitely deserve it. And stay tuned, because not only are you going to see the simulcast later on, but tonight, I mean, think about this. Think about the fact that I'm going to team Austin and Rock up together in a tag team match. Yeah, now listen up, against Undertaker and Kane.
Austin and Rock against Undertaker and Kane. Don't go anywhere.
Everything will be just fine. You know, it's a tough job, but, you know, I'll do my best. I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Champagne's good. Strawberries are good.
Champagne and strawberries with Trish Stratus. All right, fans, don't go anywhere. We're coming back for part 2 as I'm watching Kane in a commercial mainstream. Who knew even back then? Don't go anywhere. Come back for part 2. The Night of Champions. The last night of Monday Night Nitro for WCW in Panama City, March 2001, as Vince comes in and takes over forever. Don't you dare miss it.